Welcome top news today.
CNN former White House press secretary looked back on his time at the White House when he joined HLN's S.E. Cupp on her show Unscripted. Spicer conceded he made mistakes but denied ever intentionally misleading the public or telling a lie on behalf of Trump. Spicer says there were many quotes in Michael Wolff's book that is highly critical of President Donald Trump contains inaccurate quotes attributed to Spicer. Transcript via CNN S.E. HLN host history is replete with great will they want their relationships. Ross and Rachel from Friends, Jim and Pam from The Office, Sam and Diane from Cheers. Now you can add Steve and Donald from the White House to that list. The political romance between former White House strategist Steve Bannon and President Donald Trump hit a rough patch yesterday when excerpts from Michael Wolff's new book, Fire and Fury, went public. In one excerpt, Bannon is quoted by Wolff as having called the infamous 2016 Trump Tower meeting between top Trump campaign officials and a Russian lawyer treasonous and unpatriotic. The White House was furious and fired off a scathing statement against the Breitbart chief, saying that when he lost his job, he lost his mind. But Bannon doesn't seem ready to let go of this relationship. On his radio program last night, he had this to say about the president. Begin video clip. Bannon: the President of the United States is a great man. You know I support him day in and day out, whether going through the country giving the Trump miracle speech or on the website. So I don't think you have to worry about that. Nothing will come between us and President Trump and his agenda. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about us and the MAGA agenda of President Trump. It's we're tight on this agenda as we've ever been. End video clip. Cupp: wow, hes a sweet talker. So how big an impact will the Wolff book and the resulting fallout have going forward toward 2018 midterms? Sean, let me start with this because we had someone from Trump Corporation on last night to talk about the book, because he was quoted heavily. And he said some was true, some wasn't. What do you make of the accuracy of this book? Spicer: so far, the book's not out yet. We've seen excerpts come out. Cupp: yeah, based on, yeah. Spicer: right, and the excerpts come out show that there are some narratives that sound that they could be interesting. But by and large, Cupp: what do you mean by interesting? Spicer: that it's like there are certain things that I've read that say that this event happened and that's plausible. Cupp: okay. Spicer: but there's a lot of the quotes that I know are attributed to myself and to other people that, frankly, never happened. And if you read the author's note that he put in the book that I have obtained a copy of, he makes it clear that, Michael Wolff, who has a history of fabricating stuff, who has a very questionable past, and a lot of reporters are now kind of digging into this and saying, we've got to question his sourcing here. Cupp: Spicer: he admits that he never brought any notes. He took notes. He didn't bring a recorder to the thing. Cupp: yeah. Spicer: there is no question that the accuracy of this book is definitely in question. And I know from some of the things that were written that don't pertain to me definitely didn't happen with respect to the President, the First Lady. Cupp: yeah, the White House today called it a complete fantasy. Spicer: I mean, but I was around them, not in every instance by any means. Cupp: right. Spicer: but the idea that, Melania Trump was the one who encouraged President Trump to run for office. She was very supportive of this. The idea that she was crying is nonsense. She has been very supportive of her president, of his agenda, and of him personally. And so I think that you start to see Cupp: well, so who let this guy in, then? Spicer: the biggest problem that I have, though. Cupp: but why was he given access? Spicer: hold on. But at what point? The question is, if 10% isn't true, if 20% isn't true, 30%, what is the reader supposed to guess? What is accurate and what isn't? But I know from what I've seen. Cupp: that's fair, yeah. Spicer: so far, that there is a lot of this, if not, and we've only seen the excerpts. Cupp: yeah. Spicer: that is definitely a problem. Cupp: okay, but why did he get so much access then if it was widely known? Spicer: well, and I agree. Look, Cupp: that helps kind of a discredited Spicer because we don't know how much access he got. What we do know, Cupp: he said he talked to 200 people in the White House. Spicer, I can talk to 200 people in the middle of Columbus Circle. That doesn't mean that I had a ton of access. I meant he talked to 200 people. Cupp, well, he got Steve Bannon on the record. Spicer, he didn't talk to Shaw. So we know he talked to Steve Bannon. I talked to him. He came in and said I would like to write a book about the president, as did several people during my tenure. And they made an appointment and they came in. That's how it works. And so to the extent that, and from what I understand, Steve had set him up with appointments to come in and visit him over time. That's what happens. He came in as any guest that has an appointment. Cupp, well, and Bannon hasn't denied any of this. Spicer, right, and I was going to say, I mean, the other issue right now is, you played that clip from Steve. And while he may continue to say he's a supporter of the president and his agenda, what we didn't hear is a denial. And that is what, as a PR person, troubles me. I mean, the first thing that you do when you're attacked with a falsehood is not only deny it but go out and really make the case for it. I haven't heard any of that. That's what I Cupp know. And do you think the stuff that he said, both according to Michael Wolff and in previous articles where HES maybe perhaps leaked stuff himself, do you think that helps being loyal to the president? Or, like the statement from the White House said, is Steve Bannon all about himself? Spicer, well, I think if you're all about the president, if you're all about his agenda, then you don't attack the First Lady, you don't attack the president's family. That's just should be off limits. Regardless of this NDA that Steve signed, I think just in terms of true professionalism and loyalty and decency, you don't go after the president's family, you don't make up things about people. And again, and a lot of it admittedly is speculative. The stuff about Don Jr., he wasn't present for. And he goes out there and attacks Don Jr. and says, well, if I were there and knowing what I know, well, you don't number. You weren't there. And to make those kind of allegations, which are very serious, about something about the president's son, it's just as out of bounds. Cupp, do you believe that Steve Bannon has a motive to run for president or anything like that? Spicer, I think, look, here's what I do know. If Donald Trump runs for re-election, he will be the nominee of the Republican Party and he will serve a second term. I mean, that's what I know. I don't Cupp, but let's talk that. Let's talk about the other rift in the party, which is that Donald Trump is losing some Republican support. Among Republicans writ large, in February, he had an 84% approval rating, November, 76%. White evangelicals, in February, he was at 68%, November, 61%. Among men, crucial to his election, February 45%, down 5 points in November. Do you think there's a plan either at the RNC or with Trump to recapture some of those voters? Does he have to? Spicer, well, of course he does. I mean, you have close elections the last several cycles. You have to get them back. And I think he will. You're seeing some of the fruits of the Tax and Jobs Cut Act already come in, where people are starting to give him credit as companies give out bonuses, as people see that the economy is going to be the number one thing going for the president going into this. And I think HES doing that. The RNC is going to continue to make sure that they have the data ready to identify key voters and bring them back into the fold. But it's the president's accomplishments that are going to keep him ahead to get him a second term. Cupp, yeah. Spicer, I mean, when you look at this, I know you've been critical of the president. What is it going to take to get someone like you back on the team? Cupp, yeah, I mean, he'll say the short answer is put Twitter down. But it's more than that. It's not just the tweets, which I find really unproductive and kind of alarming sometimes, and embarrassing. It's what he does with Twitter, which is such an important platform for him. Spicer, so take Twitter off the table. Cupp, no, it's crosstalk. Spicer, no, but the agenda HES accomplished. Cupp, it's attacking the press. Spicer, okay. Cupp, I don't like his hostility to the press. I think undermining institutions like the press, the military, our intelligence services, our foreign services, that's bad. And I don't like that tactic. Crosstalk. Spicer, I would say, look, I would say, with respect to all three of those, but especially the military, the president has tremendous respect and HES made it very clear. with the press, and I've said this before, he has respect for them. What he wants HES going to make it very clear that helps, not that helps going to CUPP. No, I think it's very much Donald Trump's mission to undermine the trust of many institutions so that he himself is the person and the only person that people trust. So what's the percentage that you could vote for him in the next election? CUPP the likelihood. Yep. CUPP 50%. Okay.